I'm here with Chef Alfonso Marquez Ramirez of Chez TJ, and we are here in the kitchen, and he is going to show me how to make ice cream, which is something that with the warm weather, something I'm craving, you're probably craving, and we can actually make this at home, which is amazing, and I don't know how to do that, so full disclaimer, I'm a complete ice cream novice. But hopefully Chef Alfonso will be able to help me and help anyone make ice cream at home.
Yeah, so ice cream is not as intimidating as you might think it is. I mean, you're gonna need an ice cream machine or some sort of ice cream spinner, but the base and getting it all prepared is super easy. It's a few ingredients. You got your eggs.
Yeah, you're a pastry chef.
No,
Michelin Star restaurant.
Well, the thing is I just started doing pastry, right? So like I've messed up ice cream a million times. I've worked out the kinks so that now I can tell you guys how to do it. And now, cooking's cooking, right? We dance it up a little bit and make it a showcase, but the ingredients are basic, right? You can go get these anywhere. As long as you have an ice cream machine, you're good to go.
Okay. So ice cream machine is one of the main things.
You're gonna need that.
Okay, got it. What would I need to get started?
The easiest would be to order an ice cream machine online. Cuisinart has them for a couple $100. It is a little pricey, but it's an investment. It's compact. Put it away. Bring it out when you want to use it. We're gonna need our thermometer. You can get a digital one or just any the little dial on it. I like to use the digital one. It's faster. You get straight to the point.
Got it.
Whisk, and then a little spatula. And then so of course at the house you're gonna have your stove. I don't have a stove back here, so I have an induction stove, a pot, a blender to emulsify everything, and then an ice bath to cool everything down. That's what we want, right? Because we have eggs, we have cream, we want to take that from its high temperature and bring it down as quickly as we can so we don't get any bacteria or any of that kind of stuff going on.
What are the ingredients that I'm going to need?
So ingredients for our vanilla ice cream base are going to be good quality egg yolks, whole milk, cream, sugar, and vanilla extract. So you're going to need a high quality cream, a lot of fat in it. The milk also needs to be whole milk. You can't cut out, use 2%, because once you start pulling that milk out, the ice crystals are gonna start forming, right? Okay. And you don't want that. Ice cream's creamy, right?
Yeah.
It's fat. That's what's giving it what you need it to do.
I don't want to know that.
Yeah, no. But that's what ice cream is, right? It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, rich and
that. Yeah, and so that's all you need. Like to start as a vanilla base, that's what you need.
Okay.
And then you can just start adding from there. Get creative. You want to make cinnamon ice cream, put cinnamon. You want to make chocolate ice cream, melt chocolate into the warm base. You have chocolate ice cream.
Okay, well, why don't we get started?
Yeah, so super important before we start anything is that we do have this ready to go, our ice bath. If you don't have the ice bath, if you don't have one of these, like two metal bowls, maybe you're at the house, all you have is plastic Tupperware, just get a container. You can put it in the freezer.
Okay.
Once we get our hot mix into there, if you don't have this, you can put it in the freezer. Just mix it maybe every 15 minutes, right? So we don't freeze the sides and not the middles, and so.
Okay.
That's if you don't have two metal bowls, and then very important that we have our ice cream machine
ready to go,
right? Because you don't want all this and then now you're waiting.
And that would be a tragedy. Okay.
So now that we're ready to start, we could turn our little guy on here. First, we're gonna bring our cream and milk up to a boil.
Okay.
So
like heating cream kind of makes me nervous. Can't you like burn it or like?
Yeah, you can, but don't.
Okay.
So first what's gonna burn fastest is your milk.
Okay.
But if you're keeping an eye on it, you're fine. You're not gonna burn anything. So we have our milk, our cream.
Okay.
And then super important is that once we have both of them together to mix it, because your milk is gonna burn. If it's not mixed in together with everything, it's gonna burn. And we don't want burnt milk. Okay. All right, so we'll just wait for this guy to come up to a boil.
Okay. All right, so we've got it at this like nice simmering.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
It's kind of frothy.
Yeah, so it's gonna come up to a simmer, and then once it comes up to a simmer, we're gonna add. I just use the cap off the top of the vanilla.
Okay.
I think maybe like at the house you have like little caps. I think
Yeah.
3 of those is like a teaspoon or something like that. You know, depending on how vanilla-y you want it. That's,
Okay.
you know. So you can see we're not going to bring it up to a complete rolling boil, but we just want it to come up to a simmer. Once it comes up to that simmer, we can pull it off.
All right.
And then we'll add in our vanilla.
Okay. Ooh, that looks like thick vanilla.
Yeah, this is a vanilla paste. It's really cool. If you can find it, awesome. If not, vanilla extract and vanilla bean will work. But yeah, so we're just gonna mix this guy and let him hang out.
Off of the heat.
Off the heat, yeah. So that guy's gonna hang out over there.
Okay.
So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring out our blender. And you can always just do this with one of those electric mixers, you know, with the two like your mom used to have.
Yeah.
Or you could just use a whisk.
Like old school.
Yeah, if you want to do things like a pilgrim, you can. Or you could just use the blender, which is what I like to use. So here's our 15 yolks.
15?
Yeah, 15 yolks.
Okay.
And 3/4 cup of sugar. And super important, don't do this until you're gonna need to do that. Until you're gonna mix it. The sugar and the eggs don't have to hang out together without being blended. So,
Finicky sugar.
Yeah, finicky sugar. So we're gonna turn this guy on.
All right.
So we're just gonna do this until he's a light yellow.
Okay.
Right, so you just go ahead and turn it all the way up. Yeah, so that's that part. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna temper our yolks and our sugar.
That sounds like a specific technique.
So what happens is if we take all of our yolks and we put it into our boiling water, or I'm sorry, our boiling cream mix, we're gonna get scrambled yolks, right? So we just want to like just throw our yolks in there to. That's not gonna work, right?
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little bit of our mix, and then we're gonna take a little bit of our mix and just introduce it into this guy so that our yolks and our sugar are almost the same temperature as what we're gonna put them in. So it's not so like, oh, I'm in hot.
Jarring.
No, I'm not. Yeah. So yeah, you just just drizzle it in. So everything's mixed. We're good to go. That's that. And so what we're gonna do is bring back this guy.
Okay. So we put it back on the
heat. So now we're gonna take our tempered yolks and sugar and reintroduce him to this mix. You want to stir constantly while to get a nice, you want everything mixed around and spread. Okay, so now that we have all that in there, now comes our thermometer.
Okay.
We're gonna want to take this mix up to 170.
Okay.
175 is okay. 180, you're pushing it.
Really?
You're gonna have curdled yolks on the bottom if you take it that high. 170 is where I like to take it. That's a safe.
It's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
170. All right. So this is where the thermometer.
In this part, don't walk away. Don't stay right here. It's gonna happen pretty quick.
And what is that for? For everything to come together?
So there's some ice cream mixes where you could put everything raw. Not everyone's okay with that, right?
Okay.
This is just to cook the yolks, cook the cream, cook everything so that we brought everything up. We've taken the bacteria out. We can freeze it, and that's that.
Got it.
You can totally skip all this and just go into using raw eggs, raw milk, like all that stuff. But some people are weird. I don't know. So we're at 170. That's 170 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
We're ready to pull off.
All right.
So now our double little ice bath comes in handy.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this and just pour him right over.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Looks like melted butter.
Yeah. So this is our base. The hard part's done.
Okay.
That's it. That's the hardest part. As hard as it gets, right?
Okay.
What we just did. So now this just needs to come 240 degrees.
240 degrees.
Yeah, you want it at 40 degrees. So this, I'll just leave it. Now you can walk away, tell your friends, hey, make an ice cream.
Come on over.
Come on over. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
But don't invite too many. So you
Yeah, there's not enough.
more ice cream for yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that our base is chilled. Our ice cream machine is chilled. See, it's got a little frosty rim. That means we're ready to go.
Okay.
So now we can turn our machine on, or how, I don't know how, whatever machine you have at the house, just look at the instructions, see what you gotta do.
Okay.
So yeah, so what's cool is the base, once it sets, turns into a custard. It's like a, and you can use this custard as a sauce, this is like a creme anglaise, right? So you could totally use it. I don't like to fill up the machine too much, because what will happen is if I have too much base in there, it's gonna start shooting air into my ice cream, and those ice cream and that air will freeze, and then it turns icy. So you don't want that. So you don't ever want to overload your machine. So yeah, so we're just
Good to
gonna,
know.
yeah, so we'll put that like this and let it do its thing. Our ice cream's been spinning for about 10, 12 minutes. 15 is the most you want to take it, unless it hasn't formed yet. Unless, if it's not at the stage we have it right here, where it's like you go to Wendy's and you get that frosty. That's what you want it at. Look for that when you're like, I don't know if it's cold enough. I don't know if it's set.
Yeah.
Think Wendy's frosty, and that's where you want to pull it out. So any container that you put it in, give it a smell. You don't want, like, maybe you had like onions in something. Maybe you had this or that. The cream will absorb all that.
Okay.
So even if it's like, just don't get another container. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, nothing with cumin. None of that. So we're gonna turn it off. We're gonna taste it. If you want to go ahead and taste it to see where we're at with flavor.
Okay.
Sometimes if it's dull, you can add a little bit of salt. Some people like salt in their desserts. I'll always put a little bit of salt.
Okay.
Bro, you can try that. So go ahead and try it. Yeah, it's just vanilla, right? But it's like
that
good.
Is amazing.
It's good vanilla. It's like custardy vanilla. It's it's good stuff.
Really good.
So we're gonna take our ice cream out at this stage, and just put it into our container.
Can we just eat it?
Yeah, you could just eat it like this. You don't even have to wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got ice cream. We're all set. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Palo Alto Online. You can also find us at paloaltoonline.com and on Facebook and Twitter, even Instagram. So don't hesitate to do that, and also come by Chez TJ.
Yeah, I'm here. You have any questions? Your ice cream's icing up. I'll help you out. I'll figure it out for you.
Yes. All right, well, happy ice cream making.